So another guitar magazine has announced that they will no longer be printing guitar magazines. They won't be printing them. So I believe it was Guitar Player. They're no longer printing the physical magazines. You still have a website and a web presence, but no magazines. And I believe if you have a subscription to them, they're finishing out your subscription with Guitar World magazine. So Guitar World is still sending magazines. It's just a crazy thing to think about, that it's the end of an era, and I have to admit, I haven't really bought a guitar magazine in a long time. Actually, sadly enough, the last 2 guitar magazines I bought is because I was in them. Is it referenced in an article, or there was an article, that I helped with or whatever, just something in there about me. And I was like, oh, I'll get that magazine. But the reason I say it, it's kind of like, I actually feel like a jerk saying it that way, because it wasn't really that kind of emotion. It was like, wow, look, I was in this magazine. And I showed everyone to be referenced in that magazine, because, it was almost all of our dreams to be on the cover, right? I mean, wow, could you be on the cover of a magazine? It'll be interesting to see. One thing I will say about guitar magazines, and I've been talking about this for years. Yes, I think, unfortunately, it's an obsolete type of media, the physical magazine. Although some people still love it. Please enjoy it, okay? But, I mean, we're talking about the mass community, okay? Mass community people are just not indulging it. But the one thing I love is people always reference like the guitar YouTube channels, they killed the magazines. And I'm like, well, they didn't kill them. It's just the format changed, right? It's like I said with Blockbuster Video, they closed all of them but one, but we still rent movies. We still watch movies. We just do it in a different platform, which is online now. And so the mechanism changes, not our desires. We still love guitar, right? So the guitar magazines stopping print isn't because there's a lack of interest in guitar, although a lot of people will say that. It's not true. It just is because the medium of which we get guitar information has changed. But here is the thing that I will say that is tough. It's tough for me to say. It hurts to say it out loud, but it's the truth, and the truth should be spoken. Guitar magazines are institutions. I don't think any YouTuber like me or anyone else or anyone way bigger than me is ever going to be a guitar institution like a magazine. There's just something about that that is different, and it's kind of I almost feel like I'm giving a eulogy for guitar magazines. Makes me want to buy a Guitar World magazine. Order a subscription. You can order a subscription pretty cheap. I think you can get a subscription during the holidays for like the year for like $12 or something like that. Maybe we should look into that. So I'm always wondered, if guitar magazines watch this podcast or if it's shared with them. Usually no one, those guys don't watch this stuff, but somebody will share something because you can take a clip of what I said and send it to them. Let them know. They should talk to us, to these YouTube podcasters and stuff. I would have no problem. If you gave us a deal, give us a deal. Give us a deal. Tell us like, I don't mean me, like give me money, give me a deal. Give us, this community, a deal. Like, hey, your viewership gets, 12 issues for something a year. Just give me a smoking deal and I'll put the link and we'll sign them up. And I'll buy one myself. You don't even have to give me one. I'll buy one. Maybe we should enjoy what we got before it's gone. Is that a lyric to a song? Right? Don't know what you got till it's gone, I think is what it is. But let's enjoy what we got before it's gone. Because I think, it's going to go at some point. And it's, it has nothing to do with the guitar magazines. Major magazines. I don't know why I know this, but I thought I saw Vogue, because I read a lot of Vogue magazines. That's why I don't do subscriptions to Guitar World. I do Vogue instead. Anyways, I heard Vogue is only doing like 10 issues a year now. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was like, what do you mean? You could just not do one every month? I was like, oh, that's ingenious. You just make 2 less. But I'm like, why is less better? Because less seems like less money for you and advertise. But I don't know. So anyways, I thought we'd talk about that. I thought we'd just talk about that real briefly. I didn't think it was going to be a big story per se, but I did think it was a topic worth discussing on a guitar podcast.